can you have brings to brings gold offer?
Yes, we can do
Any
brings
issue?
to brings, yes.
Yeah, send me details, ma'am. I have 2 buyers.
No, the buyer has to send a formal letter of intent. He has to place an order. We cannot deal buyers that send the information. The information is already online. Don't you know that? Did you not read?
No, ma'am.
Oh well, you have to go back where you found me. How did you found Wilhelmina?
In a group, ma'am, WhatsApp group.
Okay, go back on the group. There is a full corporate offer. Go back and read. Then you tell your buyer to send a formal letter of intent to purchase his order. He has to place an order. Okay.
Place an order means no, that is FOB, ma'am.
Yeah, that's
Dubai
right.
only.
We don't deal CIF, cost, insurance, and freight. We don't do that. This is the world asset. This is cash business. Yeah, we don't do that.
Okay.
So unfortunately I wouldn't be able to help you. Okay. That's all.
Only CIF, ma'am.
No, we don't do CIF. You don't understand what the CIF means. Cost, insurance, and freight. That is normal buyer pay for the shipping cost. That is normal buyer for, he has to insure the gold. That's called cost, insurance, and freight. But the buyer has to pay the gold before paying the shipping cost, before insuring the gold. You got me?
Okay, ma'am. But what about the brings to brings, ma'am?
The brings to brings, the buyer has to inform his bring. We will only hand over the gold to brings when the buyer pay the gold. The brings would not accept gold unless the owner of the gold will provide export documentation. No way. There's no way that the gold to be hand over brings to brings. Your buyer has to pay first to my head office before we're gonna hand over the gold to brings. You got my point?
Right, ma'am.
All right. So I think you are just wasting your time. So
No.
you are, because you are not reading. You must read. Yes, you are. Don't be excited. On the group, I put everything. If you've been reading, then you go back to your buyer. Then your buyer will understand. Your buyer is using you, floating around, running around, chasing. You cannot chase the gold without any knowing who is the main buyer. And Mrs. Ford would not deal with too much chain of middlemen. Too much. What a waste of time. You got me? This is my online store. My platform is very clear. I given everyone an opportunity, but you're not reading. That's the problem with you guys. You're not reading. All right?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, and have a pleasant Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. I just finished have a conference this buyer's mandate. They think they can get gold easily. This Indian broker, they said that they have a buyer brings to brings. Did I not explain to everyone that brings has nothing to do with the gold? Brings will only hand over. Brings will only receive the gold when the buyer pay to the owner of the gold. You must remember, Mr. Buyer, or whoever you are, or brokers or middlemen, you are buying the world asset. You are not buying potato here. You are buying world asset. You are buying $500,000 worth of asset. Gold is world asset. Brings is only a logistic shipper. Brings will only receive the goods when the seller will provide all necessary export documentation when the buyer pay the gold. So we don't deal brings, but the buyer wanted to deal with brings. We will hand over the gold to brings after the buyer pay bank to bank. The payment must be bank to bank because of money laundering. Those buyer asking CIF, cost, insurance, and freight, that is going to launder. The buyer is going to leverage. The buyer has no money. Why he want to buy gold to pay cost, insurance, and freight only? Why he cannot afford to pay? You are buying a property of a country. Gold is a world asset. Gold is money. Gold has many uses. I think you guys are just a time waster. Yes, we are on the international domain. We are now on the world digital information. I am the only one who provide the digital information. At the same time, I put everything online so that the buyer understand. I don't like to deal with time waster. I don't deal with chain of middlemen. We prepare to deal directly to the buyer. The buyer will get the profit. I interviewed the buyer, a consultant as well, and he is from Nigeria. His biodata is really sophisticated. He is a professional. He is an engineer, but he doesn't know the industry. And he wanted to suck in my information. Please don't come to Wilhelmina if you are not a buyer. I am not here to teach people. I am here to sell on behalf of my seller. I am here to deal directly to the buyer. Please don't waste your time. And then you come to my platform and say, hello, my name is Hello. I'm telling everyone every time. You already read the full corporate offer on my platform. You don't even know how to introduce yourself. To me, you are just a bunch of time waster. See, yeah? So people doesn't show his face. Mostly are brokers. They hide their things. That is the sign of scam. I am not a scammer because I don't scam anybody. I don't receive single cent. Yes, I do charge my services when I travel with the buyer. My services is not for free. Yes. So you think you can get the commission floating around coming to my platform? This is my online store. I prepare to deal with the buyer, and I'm going to help the buyer to secure gold properly. You are buying $500,000 here, right? The minimum order must be 10 kilos. It's already $500,000. We are not selling cheap price here. There is value added tax. Click on this below. Subscribe on Facebook or on YouTube channel. I want you to read. Don't come to Wilhelmina if you don't read. Please. I don't want to deal with you if you are time waster. You're gonna say, I have a buyer. Which buyer? You read this full corporate offer in front of you. Either you want to buy gold in Mali, either you want to buy gold in Conakry or Sierra Leone. We have gold and diamond. My platform is very extensive. Impossible, you don't understand. Impossible. So that is the reason why, guys, I have been rejected thousands and thousands of middlemen. I call them online joker broker. You would not earn commission if you don't know your buyer. And then you float around collecting information coming from my platform, cut and paste. And then when you come to Wilhelmina, Wilhelmina is very strict. I don't care if you don't like my guts. I am not here to make friends. I am here to assist buyer to secure this world asset. Yes, Mr. Buyer, if you are watching my video, please take time, relax, scroll down. When you go on my Facebook, there is a picture of Mali, gold picture. There's a pictures of Conakry. There's a picture of Sierra Leone. Click on the link. You will see what you are looking for. What you see, what you get. But if you are on YouTube channel, you click on show more. Right? Subscribe on my YouTube channel. Click on show more. Scroll down. And then after you scroll down, click on the link. You will be redirected to my Facebook. Do not come unless you are a buyer. Please don't. Because I'm sick and tired dealing with the time waster. I'm sick and tired dealing with the fake buyers. There's also fake seller and fake buyer. You must remember I was being a victim. I would not repeat again. Right, Mr. Buyer, if you want to buy gold and diamond, yes, I will take you to Africa with me, but my services is not for free. I am charging my services to take you to the office. to cover my transport, my travel cost. But if you cannot afford, don't be involved in this industry. And then if you're looking for cheap price, there is no cheap price. The price of gold, it varies day to day. There is no fix. Our selling price less 8%. But if you convince Wilhelmina, yes, I will give you a fair deal. I will ask my head office that I have given you a very good deal. I'll give you an example. 3 weeks ago, there was a lady from Dubai, and she has a representative, and we sent him a contract. This representative, because their buyer is Russian and they have a different comprehension. They didn't return the contract, so they flew to Conakry. In Conakry, I have 3 sellers, and I fired one seller, which is a mineral consulting group of company, AURUM. Don't deal with Alhaji and Abdul. I fired him because they are very careless. The gold of buyers and from Korea was being confiscated because of carelessness. And the gold was being declared as gold laundering because Abdul is careless. He did not prepare the export documentation, but the buyer cannot afford to pay my extra service. He purchased 5 kilos, failure. So don't blame me, Mr. Buyer, because I wasn't with you and you cannot afford my service. I am not here to teach people. I'm not. I am not a babysitter. You read the full corporate offer, you understand, then you come back for conference, then you place your order. It's very clear. If you went to school, you will understand. But if you pretend that you're a buyer, please don't bother because I'm not interested. Alright? So now, we are now on December. I would be traveling to Mali by February, right? First week of February, I'm taking up a lady to buy diamond. I'm going to take this lady to Sierra Leone. Then after this lady, I will fly to Mali. These buyers buying gold in Mali, the 3rd largest gold producer in West Africa. Then I'll fly to Conakry. The buyer wanted to secure gold in Conakry. But, as I've said, Mr. Buyer, do not cut corner. Do not shorten your journey. Read the full corporate offer. I put the breakdown of the taxes, the shipping cost, and the insurance, and the cost of assay report. You have to pay, Mr. Buyer. There is no free in this world. Gold is not for free. Gold is real business. Gold is money. You are buying money to make money. There's a saying, he who has the gold makes the rules. So you have to follow the rules of the government, not you teaching us to follow your rules. I'm sorry, we don't. You will fail because one buyer from Dubai, he failed. His representative failed. There were 3 of them, lady and gentleman. They're very smart, sophisticated buyer. They got all our contract. They didn't return the contract. They went to Conakry. What happened? My seller refused to accept them. Because when you place your order, you are exclusively a customer of my seller. We will issue the landing visa. But these smart brokers, they have their own visa. Well, what happened? They failed. And then they contact my head office. What my head office was saying, go back to Wilhelmina, you broke the protocol of our office. So what happened? Failure. Yeah. Failure. So Mr. Buyer, don't be smart ass as well. So it's better to be frank rather than to hide things. Because Mr. Buyer, there are so many buyers has been duped. I was even also duped by the stupid scammer. You know what is the scammer means? Means deceiving, deceitful. I was deceived. So that's why I'm live, because I would teach buyer not to deceive himself, and also I will teach the seller not to deceive the buyer. It doesn't matter he is my seller or not. Do not travel without Wilhelmina, Mr. Buyer. You pay so that you will get the product. Do not cut corner. There is no free in this world, Mr. Buyer. There is none. Someone is sending me. Just a moment. Okay, just bear with me. Someone is sending hello, madam. Okay, just a moment. I'm going to call this guy. Yeah. Oh. This guy, he sent me a message. He doesn't know how to introduce himself. Okay. So many time waster on WhatsApp groups. So many. So many. They are joker. I call them joker broker. They think they can get commission. You will get the commission if you have a real buyer. And I don't deal joker broker. I prepare to deal with the buyer that buyer can afford to pay. Mr. Buyer, you are buying $500,000 here. Don't keep on running around looking for cheap price because gold is not cheap. The price of gold is not fixed. Now, Mr. Buyer, our selling price less 8%. But come to Wilhelmina, after you read this full corporate offer in front of you, then I will interview you, open your camera. We're going to have a live video call. I will listen to your needs. You have to convince Wilhelmina before you're going to get a very good discount. I have the right to reject you, and I have the right to say yes or no. I am the extension of the seller. But when I travel with you, Mr. Buyer, there is no free. The information I put online is already free, worth $1 million. But if you cannot afford, please find another job in your country. If you're acting as a consultant, and then you're gonna ask me to teach you, I am not here to teach. Why should I teach you? Right? This is real business. You read, you digest it, comprehend it. If you're a buyer, then you send your order on your company letterhead called L.O.I, means letter of intent to purchase. Then Wilhelmina will believe that you're a buyer. But if you're gonna send me cut and paste to me, you're a time waster. I'm going to reject you, and I'm going to remove you from my Skype, and I'm going to remove you from my WhatsApp, and I'm going to remove you on Bootem. Because I already mentioned that when you come, meaning to say you are ready to do business with Wilhelmina. Right? So don't come if you are not a buyer. If you are working for the buyers, if you are a mandate of the buyer, your buyer is paying you. But we don't pay double commission. We don't pay two tiers. Two tier means double commission. We prepare to give the buyer a very good price in order for the buyer to get the profit, rather than so many middlemen, chain of joker broker. I call you joker because you are not trading. I just rejected an Indian. I told this Indian, how did you find Wilhelmina on the group? Which group? On WhatsApp group. And I told him, go back and read. And then he's asking me, Brinks, my goodness, you don't understand. Brinks is a logistic. That is normal. You have to pay Brinks services. That is normal. Before we're gonna hand over the gold to Brinks, you have to pay first the gold. Then the seller will provide export documentation. Then the Brinks will ship it to you. But you have to pay the Brinks services. We don't hand over the gold to Brinks unless you pay for it. Just like DHL. DHL is a logistic. Brinks is logistic. For UBS is logistic. There's so many logistic in Africa. My seller is using Air France logistic. My seller using Air Emirates logistic. So there's so many logistics. So we are not dealing with logistic. My seller has his own logistic. But do not travel without Wilhelmina. Because if there is an issue, I would be there for you. Right? I would be there for you to assist you. My job is to bring you to the office to assist you. And I'm helping you to negotiate with the head office. My job is not easy. Most joker broker come to Wilhelmina thinking you can earn. Send me an NC in the my gosh, you are then a time waster. There is no NC in the, that's why this is my online store. Buyer knows how to find Wilhelmina. If you don't like Wilhelmina's frankness, well, I'm sorry guys. I am not here to be friend with you. I am here to guide you. I am here to do business. People doesn't like me, like I was been blogged that I'm a scammer. I don't know how much I scam you guys. I have no idea. Like this lady from South Africa, her name is Dore. She was really abusing me and she stole my picture. What I have done, I also go to her profile on LinkedIn. I got her picture. We're just even. And also this Melbourne guy, I don't know Melbourne. He just tagged me. I don't know, he didn't do business with me. And then another guy creating a website, a scam page. I don't have business with him. He's just collecting and he's hiding. That kind of person is a criminal. A criminal, he hides his face. Why? Because he doesn't want to be caught. That kind of person are criminal. Those criminals creating fake website are fake. Am I fake? Those guys that Melbourne, he just have a nice sophisticated, all these scammers, the list. I don't know, I don't have any business with him. Another guy from his scam page, I don't have any business with him. He's from United Kingdom. When I found his site, I leave a message. He's a stupid guy. He's a criminal. Why he hide his face? Why not talk to Wilhelmina face to face, live video call? Yeah. So that is the reason why brokers hate my guts. Mr. Broker, if you're just brokering, this is not for you. Better find another job. The world is our oyster. This gold and diamond is the world asset. Yes, Africa has been tarnished because some sellers as well are devious, some buyers are devious. You must remember, I fired Mineral Consulting Group of Company. L.O.I, he owned the business but he's also careless. You know, Africans are devious, my dear. You have no idea about African when it comes to this transaction. They don't care about you. Yes, they don't. Once you're on the ground, they are very rough. They just want to get you money and they don't care about you. But Wilhelmina, I care for you because you are paying my extra service. When you go to your lawyer's office, you will be charged of their services as a consultant fee. Exactly the same. Wilhelmina is charging my consultant fee to you. But I'm very kind and generous. My platform is worth $1 million. Everything is well explained. Whether you buy gold and diamond, Conakry, Mali, and Sierra Leone, exactly the same. But don't come to Wilhelmina if you're gonna say, hello, madam, my name is not hello. Do not say hi. Introduce yourself. Dear Wilhelmina, I saw you on your YouTube channel and on your Facebook. I fully understood. I hereby to place my order. Put that into your company letterhead. No cut and paste because I want to see it whether you are real or not, because when I receive your L.O.I, letter of intent to purchase, I myself will pick up the phone. I myself to interview. Just a moment. Yeah, good evening. Whom I'm talking to?
Madam, how are you?
It's good. Whom I'm talking to, your name is?
Can you send me the FCO prints to prints?
No, you are not paying attention. How did you pay? How did you get Wilhelmina? How did you found me?
Because my partner live in Dubai, asked me the supplier to prints to print.
Tell your buyer to send Wilhelmina a letter of intent to purchase. Tell your buyer.
The letter or intention, prints to prints.
No, brings is a logistic. Okay, we don't know your buyer. Tell your buyer to send a formal letter and he has to state who he is, what company he is, his address in Dubai. Then I will interview your buyer. What's your name? I don't know your name.
My name name is Hamadu.
Amadu, where you coming from?
I come from Brazzaville, Congo.
Congo. But Congo has gold. Why you don't deal Congo? Why you come to Wilhelmina?
Congo. The Mina, I have a partner in Dubai.
So if you have a partner in Dubai, why he cannot find the gold?
My partner, excuse me, I speak English not very well. Can you translate French?
No, that's not my job. We are in universal language, so you better learn universal language. I don't have time to translate on French. This is a universal business. Do you understand? International, when you do business internationally, you speak universal language. You got my point?
Okay. Because I have a partner in Dubai, I work Chamber Commerce Swaziland.
Tell your partner to send me an LOI. Tell your partner, not cut and paste. The letter of intent must be coming from your buyer. Tell him to send it to me. I will review that. Then I will consider whether he is a buyer or not. You got my point?
What do you come from?
You already saw the full corporate offer on the group. Why did you not read it properly?
Partner. No, I'll send you the LOI.
Okay, send me LOI, letter of intent to purchase. I will review that. Then I will respond it to you. Okay? This is not CIF. This is not cost, insurance, and freight. This is FOB cash bank-to-bank payment.
We payment bank. The payment in Dubai empty.
We will discuss that. You tell your buyer to send first the intention to purchase. Then we will respond to your buyer. Okay?
Okay, I'll send you a LOI.
Right. Thank you very much for your call. Okay?
Okay.
My goodness. Every day, no matter how I explain on the group or on my Facebook channel or on my YouTube channel, this broker have no idea. Guys, brings is a logistic. The gold will hand over and diamond will hand over when you inspect the gold. You have to travel to inspect before you pay bank to bank. You cannot just sit down in your ass thinking the gold will come to you. No, it wouldn't. You're buying $500,000 here. You need to travel and establish your relationship with us. And also, Wilhelmina will reject you if you are not paying attention. I am the extension. I am the gatekeeper. My job is to teach buyer not to be duped again. My job is to take you and guide you. My services is not for free. It's not. I've given you free informations on my platform that is worth $1 million. But when I travel with you, it's no longer for free. So put that into your mind that in this business, there is no free. There is no credit. Gold is not for credit. Alright? I hope you understand my explanation. On this video, I will put again the procedure, and if you cannot understand, please get out on this industry. This is not for you. I've been to Dubai. I interview a lot of joker buyer. They are all joker broker. They don't have money. They think they can leverage it. They think they can earn money. You cannot earn money if you don't have a capital. You cannot leverage this gold because when you bring the gold to Dubai, Dubai is very strict. My client, 4 kilos has been confiscated because of cutting corner. So that is the reason why I do charge my services. The buyer that loses 4 kilos, he cannot afford to pay my extra service because he wanted to save. Another buyer, he flew to Conakry 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago. What happened? He didn't get the gold. They are very smart. Don't be smart. You cannot outsmart this business. This business is very tricky but lucrative if you have a capital. If you don't have a capital, this is not for you. You need to have a capital in order to get a profit. In diamond, at least you have to have $200,000 capital. Okay? In gold, at least you have $500,000 or even $300,000. But minimum orders is 10 kilos. Our selling price is less 8%. Today, the price of $57,500 times $52,000, that is already $500,000. Okay, 52 times 10, yeah, that is $520,000. But if you don't have money, then asking CIF, please don't bother. You are just a time waster. Don't get angry with Wilhelmina because I've done this purposely. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good evening to you. Good afternoon to you in your end. Here in Australia is good evening. Now, my calendar is open. February, I am traveling to Sierra Leone. I am traveling to Mali, one at a time. So do your booking, place your order, then I will take you to the head office to get gold. Mali is the third largest gold producer in West Africa. Come with me in Mali, okay? Because I'm traveling to Mali to visit my head office. If you want to get gold in Conakry, you place your order. Conakry has a different policy. Alright? So come and talk to Wilhelmina. When you come for conference on Skype or WhatsApp or Botem or telephone, please don't say hi. My name is not hi. You need to introduce because I easily get irritated. You have to act as a professional. This is professional business. You introduce yourself properly, who you are. If you are a buyer's mandate, that's fine. Your buyer is paying your services. But I don't deal brokers or online middlemen. I don't. I want to deal buyers directly. My seller instructed me, we don't deal joker buyer. If the buyer cannot show his background, a copy of his business registration, a copy of his passport, a copy of proof of fund that he has $500,000, then I would believe. But if you cannot afford to show who you are, I wouldn't believe. There's so many criminals in this business. Criminals doesn't like Wilhelmina. Well, I'm not here to be friends with criminal. I am here to sell. So if you're a criminal or thieves or launderer or smuggler, please, you're gonna be caught one day if you are a smuggler. In Conakry 2 months ago, there was a European was been arrested, 2 tons of gold. Both buyers and seller was been arrested. In Mali was also arrested. There was a foreigner was arrested. Cutting corners. When the export documentation is not complete, you will be considered as a smuggler. So what happened? You're gonna be in Calabos. So don't do that. So come with Wilhelmina. What is my services is peanuts. When you get the profit 85% a year, compared to your money to put that in the bank, your interest is only 3%. But if you order gold every week or every month, you sum up the profit 85%. How are you going to get 85%? Well, I will teach you when you come. All right? Convince Wilhelmina, then I will interview you, then we can do business. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good evening and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Once again, as I've said, my calendar on February is open. I have one already reservation sure buyer. So I only accept 1 or 2, one at a time. Come with me in Mali to secure tons of gold. We have tons of gold, but how are you able to pay? We have diamond in Sierra Leone. I'm taking this lady to Sierra Leone to get his or her order. She already booked her order. So please, I already instructed the lady, but when you come with me, from the beginning to the end, do not screw me, because I was being screwed many times by buyer. Once the buyer meet my head office, They forget about me. You are paying my services. I need to be with you from the beginning to the end. Alright? Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good evening. I shall see you 2022.